Howdy folks, welcome back to My World of Tanks Replays with Almighty Jingles. And today, well, I have a folder in my hard drive, and it's simply called Fail. And this folder on my hard drive is where I keep every single act of random battle idiocy that I see while playing. And as you can imagine, it's a pretty well stocked folder. So what we have here, just to kick things off, we have an AMX 3090 on 100% health who's coming rushing over here to kill that 14% IS-4 which is tucked in behind that rock that nobody can spot. Here we go. Now, does that 3090 look like he needs help? Well, you can always rely on friendly artillery to fuck you over when you're just about to kill an enemy heavy tank. Yeah, and then they miss, and they miss, and they miss. So not only did they completely fail to hit and kill an IS-4 that was on 14%, they managed to completely fuck an AMX 1390 who could have done the job himself without any problems and didn't need any help from artillery at all. Well, strap yourself in folks, because that's just one example of the kind of fun that we have for you in tonight's video. Here we go. Now, what made this one amusing is something that you've probably all seen in random battles from time to time. It doesn't happen very often, I must admit, but well, this one is the case of the raging, crying enemy team member who gets himself killed early on in the fight and blames everybody else for it but himself. But this one's particularly amusing because of what he's complaining about. Basically, there's an E75. It's a tier 10 game. I'm in my IS-8. And in company with a T110 and an IS-7, all of us who have tier 10 guns, we come across one E75 and beat the tar out of him. And then he starts complaining that it wasn't a fair fight. Well, no, it wasn't a fair fight. I'm just sorry there weren't four of us to take you down even faster. Anybody who finds themselves in a fair fight didn't plan the attack properly. That's warfare, you know. It's not our job to give you a fair fight. It's the matchmaker's job to balance the teams fairly. It's our job to make that fight as unfair as possible for you as we can. That's what we're here to do. And here he is. There's a T110 and an IS-7 behind me, and oh, there we go. And I think he's going to bounce his next shot off me. Yep, bounced off my spaced, well, absorbed by my spaced armour. And here we go. Idiotic noobs. Now, if you can't read battle chat, I recommend you up your resolution slightly so you can see this, because it is hilarious. There we go. Fuck you, stupid idiot. What? Learn to play fair, you shit. Excuse me. Play fair? What are you talking about? Ooh, I took a couple of big hits there. I died quite early on in this. Oh, here we go. 2 tier 10s and a tier 9 versus 1 tier 9. You idiots. What do you want us to do? Should the 2 tier 10s have sat back and waited for you to kill me and then come out one at a time? You know, waited for you to reload, ask you if, you know, you ready? And then come out. What does he think this is? Knights of the Round Table? It's World of Tanks. So, of course, I troll him a little. Oh, now he says I'm a shit player. Well, perhaps I am, but you just got killed by a shit player, so what does that make you? Seriously. You don't often see this in random battles, I must admit, but generally speaking, you know, you do something dumb, you get your ass killed, you're angry with yourself. Oh, here we go. Without 2 tier 10s in your back, you would have died in 10 seconds. I don't think so. But, you know, I just don't get people who think that this game is... It's not... Oh. Couldn't resist taking that shot. Oh, that hurt. And there we go, I'm dead. But this guy continues raging in chat for quite some time. And all because we didn't line up one at a time to trade shots with him. You know, like, okay, you have a shot first. Okay, now you just wait there and I'll have a shot. Okay, now you take a shot. I mean, what, seriously? That's not how this game works. And yet, somebody who was driving an E75, it's a tier 9 heavy tank, he's been playing for a while, seemed to think that because he ran into 3 tanks and we didn't come out one at a time, taking turns, that we were shit players. How do you get to tier 9 and still be that shit? The mind just boggles. So in this one I'm on the AMX 1390, which has a really nasty reload on that 90mm gun. And it's Siegfried line, it's a tier 9 game. The enemy have 3 artillery, all tier 5. We have 3 artillery, 2 tier 5, 1 tier 4. Now, you would expect that on spotting enemy artillery, your artillery would treat them as a priority target. Yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't you? So here I am doing a scouting run on Siegfried line, and I am fully loaded, and I'm about to come across, I don't know if I've been spotted or not yet, but I'm about to come across their artillery park. Now they're not completely undefended. Here we go. SUA. Hit, no damage. Missed. Derp. Okay, killed him. Now, I'm going to pull the camera back here so you can see just how much our artillery is assisting. One shot.
That's gotta hurt.
And now I'm empty.
We're trying to cover
And my gun is dead. And I am actually playing chasey chasey, catchy catchy, kissy kissy with 2 fucking Hummels while I'm trying to reload my gun. Artie, could I perhaps interest you in doing something about this?
We're finished.
Clearly not. You know, they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Sometimes you can tell from the first 15 seconds of a game that your team are utterly incompetent fuckwits, and you're going to lose, and it just isn't worth wasting the cost of a single round of ammunition on the game. Have a look at the map. Yep. Except for me and 1 medium tank, the entire team is camping in the forest. And if these clowns think I am going to cover that corner alone, they can all go and fuck themselves. I'm sorry. A team that deploys like this is not worth. It's just not worth your effort. And that KV3, who is camping in the forest down here, actually has the brass balls to try ordering me to move up to that corner. Yeah, an ELC AMX T50-2, and there's a T29 coming around there as well. How long do you think I would have lasted against that lot? And how long do you think this team lasts? Yeah, this one was painful. Okay, so what we have here is one of the games I recorded while I was doing the KV1 review. It's an assault on Sand River. We're failing horribly. I've already been hit, set on fire, all sorts of nasty stuff, while coming down this side, trying to, achieve the objective and attack the enemy base, pretty much alone, except for Churchill, who's already had the crap beaten out of him and is now is now camping up on the ridgeline there and using his super accurate 6-pounder gun to miss all the enemy tanks. But that's not important. That's not why this is included in this fail compilation video. There's a Jagdpanzer 4 on the enemy team. He has the 88mm gun. And there's two things that I've never seen happen before that happened in this game. Here we go. So I come up around the corner, and the first thing I spot is an SG-100, and I have no interest in having him unload that 122mm gun in me, but keep an eye over on the left there. Now, I have never, ever seen... There we go. Pause it here. Look at where that Jagdpanzer is. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad position. I'm just saying I have never seen anybody in any tank destroyer, anything, occupy that spot on Sand River in assault mode before. Never seen it happen. So that's a first. Now, I haven't even seen him pop up on the map at this point. I'm more worried about that SU-100 and the fact that he spotted me and I can expect to get shot at by artillery any second now. And I do in fact get shot at by artillery, because it wouldn't be one of my games unless I was getting shot at by artillery. But that's not the point. Watch this Jagdpanzer 4 now. I'm on 46% health. He's on 100%. He's caught me flank on. I'm in the worst possible position, and the very first shot he puts into me blows my tracks off. So I'm stuck, pinned in position, presenting my weakest armour, my biggest profile, to an enemy Jagdpanzer. Watch this.
We're immobilized.
Actually, that was the artillery that blew my tracks off.
One of our tracks is damaged. Track repair. Drive on. Penetration.
I'm on 7%.
We didn't even scratch them.
1%. Another arty splash damage
Looks like
hit.
that one went right through. We've lost a track.
You keep
Looks
shooting
like
my
that
tracks
one
all
went right
day,
through.
Sonny Jim. I really don't mind.
They're knocked out.
How is that even possible? Oh, and here comes a KV-1S.
Enemy armor is
And I'm tracked and I can't get out of the way, and he's just going to ram
We're
me.
dead for it. Everyone
So,
get out.
well done to the KV-1S driver. But seriously? How was I not... You couldn't make that up. That Jagdpanzer driver has probably sold it in disgust and is now going down the Russian tank destroyer line. And to be honest, you know, if I was him and that had happened to me, I'd probably do the same thing. Encounter battle on steps, tier 8 game, type 59. Should be able to do well here. As well as being quite a quick medium tank, my type 59, my crew have very, very, very good camouflage skills, which is an unusual choice for a medium tank, but it has come in exceptionally handy from time to time. Like, for example, here, because we don't have any scouts. And there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Half the enemy team detected. And the team is deploying intelligently.
That's gotta hurt.
And back off into cover. Because once you fire from that position, they know where you are. And it's going well. I've already killed one of their tier 7s. And there's a T-44 over there who's just asking for it.
Looks like that
One
went
shot.
right through.
Reload. He's not moving. Come on.
Vehicle destroyed.
Alright. So that's what it's like to get ammo racked. Well, you know, I've done it to so many other tanks. It very, very rarely happens to me. But well done, KV3. That's what I call revenge with style. Shit. Now, what we have here is Yet another of my failures on Serene Coast. Seriously, if I wanted to show you a list of massive fails, I could just show you every game I've ever played on this map. I don't know what it is about Serene Coast, but hey. Now, this one is about a heavy tank, a tier 9 heavy tank in a tier 9 game who thinks he's a tank destroyer. Just note, sports fans, that that is the first 120mm gun available on the M103, and it has an accuracy of 0.4. Watch this, clown. Yeah, I'm in his spot. Unfortunately, mate, this is patch 7.5. Physics are not in play. You cannot push me out of the way. And trust me, you'll get tired of this shit long before I do. Fuck off. And apart from anything else, I mean, God almighty, look at the map. Yeah, it's right, it's a lemming train. Oh no. Oh no, wait, he's not had enough. He's coming back for more. Yeah, you just park there so I can't turn. Yeah, no, that's not going to be annoying at all. Yeah, you sit there and block me so I can't retreat when this T-28 returns fire at me. Jesus. Yeah, well, that game didn't end too well, and you won't be surprised to hear that that M103 driver didn't get a single kill. Now, what we have here, observe this KV-1 driver. I mean, that M103 driver was not exactly over-endowed with an abundance of intelligence, but at least he wasn't a backstabbing, careless, team-damaging twat like this fella. Just going to pause it here. Observe our relative positions. Right, we're both shooting at that 361H over there. He's taken a shot, fired right over my shoulder. I mean, he can't possibly not know I'm sitting here. So he's rolled up behind me, parked behind me, and he starts shooting over my shoulder. And then he shoots me in the back. And later on, tries to justify it in team chat by saying, I came up and sat in front of him. Now, I think what the evidence is actually going to show is that you came up and sat behind me and then put one into my back. Look at that. Straight into the middle of the fighting compartment. I would have actually preferred the M103 on my team than idiots like that. How about a little bit of matchmaking fail for you? Here's one we had earlier on Runeberg. Just in case it's not completely obvious, just look at the enemy team. Can you imagine how quickly we lost that game? 5 1390s, 4 Type 59s. Yeah, didn't do too well with that lot swarming around us, and they all charged down this road on Runeberg, straight into our base within the first 30 seconds of the game, and just started blasting everything in sight. And it was literally within the first minute we'd lost half the team, because your Tiger 2s, your Jag Tigers, the ISU 152s just cannot react fast enough to that kind of rush. But if you thought that was fun, imagine how much fun this was. Just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 artillery. Half the team was artillery on a Malinovka assault. So we had to attack that hill with a T-50-2, 2 mediums and 3 heavies. Yeah. Yeah, that one didn't end well either. And, you know, just in case you think that was a fluke, I got this one 2 days later. And I don't know how that one ended, because the second the map loaded up, I just pressed escape and went straight back to the garage and picked another tank. Speaking of matchmaking failure, how about this? This was one of the all-time worst games I ever had to suffer through. So it should be amusing for you lot. And it's not particularly because of the amount of artillery on each side. The two enemy AMX-12Ts played an exceptional game. Credit where credit's due. Those two 12Ts won the match for the other team, and our light tanks lost the match for our team. Keep an eye on the map. Oh, we've got 6 artillery here. They have 2 light tanks. Now, if I was a betting man, I would gamble on their light tanks trying to make a rush early on in the game for our artillery, and perhaps deploy, if I was, for example, driving a medium tank or a light tank, or one of the fast heavies, perhaps deploy to intercept, given that most of the firepower on our team is artillery, and if we lose all of our artillery to scouts and counter battery fire, it probably wouldn't be a good thing. Just keep an eye on the map and watch the central road right down the middle. Here they come. You couldn't make this shit up. You really, really couldn't. There's one of them. Now, to be fair, our AMX-12T does come back. Our Lorraine does come back. But this is game over at this point. I mean, we haven't lost anybody yet, but we have lost the game. Both of their 12Ts are running rampant amongst our artillery, and they don't even have to kill any of them, because now they've spotted all of our artillery, and this is about to go horribly, horribly pear-shaped. And our artillery are raging, and as they have every right to, but I mean, I'm in a fucking E100, I'm not going back. And here it goes, lost the GW Tiger, lost the Su-14, lost the T-92, lost the other T-92, they've killed the Lorraine. So for the price of 2 AMX-12Ts, look at that. That was just embarrassing. And you don't need to be General George S. Patton to see that coming. So anyway, well, that was another of my epic fail compilations. And it wasn't all bad. I mean, there was some amusing moments in there as well. You have to see the funny side. Otherwise this game will just drive you mad with frustration. And so, unsurprisingly, you won't be astounded to hear that this game I didn't get a great score in. Anyway, before you watch me come to a sticky end here, I actually get to fire 3 whole shots in this match, and only one of them actually hits and damages. So I'll wrap it up there, and I hope you enjoyed these replays, and at least had a laugh at my misfortune, if nothing else. In the meantime, take care on the battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.